So today then we are looking at calculating the estimated mean from a group frequency table, and you do need a calculator. So here is a question for us all then. The departing time of the train from York to Glasgow was monitored over the course of 6 months, and the table summarises the length of departure delays which occurred during this time. Right, so if we're looking at mean now, if you've looked at previous videos, you should know that mean is where we have the total, so add them up and then divide them by the frequency, how many there are, okay? So total divided by the frequency. However, we have these minutes delayed now, so the amount of people, okay, there are 46 people that were delayed by up to 2 minutes, okay? So that's greater than 0, but less than or equal to 2. Okay, and then in here then, greater than 2, but less than or equal to 4 minutes. And as you can see, we've got a lot of people in our frequency. So to calculate the mean, we have to add them all up and then divide by how many. However, we don't know if these 46 people, they could have been all delayed by 2 minutes. They could have been delayed by 1 minute. They could have been delayed by half a minute, or you see where I'm going. So as a rule, okay, to make it fair, we're going to pick the midpoint of each of these class intervals. If we pick the midpoint, we know it's fair, okay? It's consistent with all of them, therefore it'll give us a better estimated mean. So the first thing we're going to do is extend this table. Okay, obviously you're going to use a ruler to make it a bit neater and do mine a little bit quicker. So we're going to put MP on the top here for midpoint. Now the midpoint of 0 and 2 is 1. And the midpoint of 2 and 4 is 3. Now if you didn't know that so quickly in your head, all you've got to do, add up the two values. So 2 add 4 is 6, and then half it, okay? Half of 6 is 3. So between 4 and 6 is 5. Between 6 and 8 is 7. Between 8 and 10 is 9. And then between 10 and 12 would be 11. So these are our midpoints, okay, to make it fair assumption of how many minutes are delayed for each class interval. So now we're going to extend it again, because what this table is telling us, there are 46 people that were delayed by roughly, or estimated, 1 minute. There are 33 people that were delayed by an estimate of 3 minutes, but we don't quite know the total amount of time. To find that mean, we need to find the total amount of time delayed divided by the total frequency. And the way we work that out is by multiplying these two together. So we'll have midpoint times the frequency. So this is where your calculator comes in handy. 46 times 1 is 46. 33 times 3 is 99. 34 times 5, yes, you could use your head for 170. Let's just check it with a calculator. 170. 19 times 7, 133. 9 times 20 is 180. And then 29 times 11 to make 319. Now, these are the amount of minutes delayed in total for all of these people. So let's find this total here, okay? The total amount of time delayed. 46, add 99, add 170, add 133, add 180, add 319, comes to 947. So that's the amount of time the people were delayed by with all of these people. We now need to work out how many people we've got in our tables. We've got 46, add 33, add 34, add 19, add 20, add 29. is 181 people. So the total amount of time delayed, estimated because of our class intervals, is 947 minutes. And this information is about 181 people. So to work out our estimated mean for how much the length of departure delays would be to have 947, scroll this up a touch, 947 divided by 181. 947 divided by 181 is 5.2. I've rounded up to 1 decimal place. Okay, so calculate an estimate for the mean delay time as the estimated mean would be 5.2 minutes per person. Okay, so there's been a lot of steps there. What I've done, I've written down the steps here for you. So the first thing we did, we found the midpoints of each class interval, okay, halfway between the two. Second step, we then had the midpoint multiplied by the frequency. Remember, we extended our table to fill in this information. Step 3, find the totals by adding them all up. So we found the total of the midpoint times the frequency, remember at the bottom there. We found our total frequency, so our 2 at the bottom. And step 4, total of this number, the midpoint times the frequency, divided by the total frequency. So my suggestion to you would be to write those steps down along with the example at the top, and then use those steps like a recipe, like a guide, to try and answer another question in which you can find, and then check your answers. Good luck, and I hope it helps.